Alright, so that vegan teacher, as we should all know, is a pretty big topic throughout the community right now. It's done wonders for so many YouTubers like myself and has gotten my channel to where it is today. But I found out something interesting and something that is honestly quite scary and that definitely needs to be talked about. So there's this YouTuber out there with 300,000 subscribers known as Pancho, who's basically posted many different types of vegan teacher videos in the past. Pancho basically blew up off making these vegan teacher videos and basically got his channel from 30k to 300k in about 2 weeks. Absolutely insane growth. Like, it's done wonders for his channel. And at the moment, he's sitting at around 20,000 subscribers a day, which is something that I just got to applaud. I just got to sit here and applaud that. Like, that is insane. So after Pancho basically made all these videos, that vegan teacher responded to her. Just like she responded to me in her video basically calling me a vegan phobic, she responded to Pancho. And after that vegan teacher responded to him, he decided to make a vegan teacher diss track, which I must say was very, very fire, and it was very, very epic to listen to. Now, I would tell you guys to go watch this because it was such a good diss track, but unfortunately, we can't. Because his diss track that he made on that vegan teacher got striked down by YouTube themselves. And it wasn't like, oh, his video just got taken down for violating the guidelines and that was it, he can still upload. He got striked down, as in he got a strike on his channel. Now keep in mind, this isn't the first strike that Pancho's received, so this means that he actually cannot upload for a week. He already got a warning. He got a warning for some other thing that was completely BS by YouTube that he tried to appeal and nothing has come back yet. And now it's happened a second time, which means he cannot upload on his channel for a week. He can't live stream. He can't post in his community tab. He literally cannot do anything. Which is why today I've decided to bring Pancho onto the channel and basically give him a platform to voice his opinions about what happened on the whole situation, because I feel like it's a bit unfair that YouTube just don't let him talk about it. It's so stupid. Literally at the peak of this guy's career, YouTube just strike him down. Like, I couldn't imagine that happening to me. I couldn't imagine gaining 20k subs a day and getting 1 million views a day and then just having that happen to me. Like, that is awful. So basically how this went about is that Pancho basically went onto Twitter and tweeted at Team YouTube basically asking about this, trying to get this whole thing resolved, because there was an obviously BS strike. Like, apparently got taken down for cyberbullying and harassment. There was no cyberbullying or harassment in that video at all. YouTube's policies are so inconsistent, like legit. So the Twitter situation basically went down. Pancho tweeted out at Team YouTube, and it took Team YouTube about 2 days to get a response. And then when they did respond, they just left the strike up. Like, it's so BS. They didn't give him a reason or anything. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Pancho basically explain the situation for himself, basically what happened over Twitter. Since Pancho can't basically upload on his channel, he's gonna be jumping on today's video and explaining everything. So I'm just gonna let Pancho explain everything, basically what happened on Twitter. I'll leave the link to Pancho's channel in the link of the description, so be sure to subscribe to him if you haven't already. Anyways, take it away, Pancho.
Alright, what's up? How's it going? It's Pancho, you know, the guy that got struck by YouTube for a diss track. Yeah, hi guys, how's it going? So in my segment of this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a rundown of how this all happened, alright? So I'm sure with all of you guys, you know, being familiar with Glider Guy's content, you are well aware of a character on TikTok named That Vegan Teacher. Now, me and Glider Guy have something in common, guys, alright? We both saw this lady on TikTok and decided to make a video about it. But the difference is, I'm being punished for it. So basically, I dropped a diss track, and of course, I don't take my diss tracks serious in any way at all. If you do happen to watch my content, you'll know that just about every single song I've made has been for a joke, you know? It's not like while I was making my vegan teacher diss track, I was thinking in my head, how do I harass that vegan teacher to the maximum? How do I make this lady rethink her entire life? Like, no, that's just not what I was thinking, dude. I decided to make the song because it was a running joke with my channel. You know, if I make a video on somebody and I end up making more videos on them, I end up dropping a diss track. It's what happened with Pokimane. That's just kind of how I do things on my channel, and it's not like I'm harassing them in each video. If they do something wrong, I'll probably criticize them, but I'm not harassing them. In order to understand this a little bit more, we're gonna look up the definition of harassment on Google. So the definition states, harassment, aggressive pressure or intimidation. I'm not sure I was really asserting my dominance to That Vegan Teacher in this situation. Even for the videos that didn't get striked, you know, I would sometimes joke about how awkward she looks in the video or how she's making a fool out of herself, but that's just not harassment. Never have I once encouraged my audience to go after this lady as well. Even if they were to, she has her comments disabled on TikTok, so I mean, there's definitely that. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that a diss track made purely for satirical purposes does not fall under harassment. Of course, to YouTube it might, which then, you know, leads to to the question of, where's that line that needs to be drawn for what's harassment and what's not? There's no clear definition that is stated on the YouTube help page. But one thing I found that was very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the exceptions part of the cyberbullying and harassment rules, the exceptions basically state what is okay to have in your video without being hit with a cyberbullying and harassment strike, like I did. But if you look in there, you'll see scripted performances, insults made in the context of an artistic medium such as scripted satire, stand-up comedy, or music such as a diss track. They also mentioned that harassing somebody and then claiming you're joking isn't a free pass for this, but that is not what I was doing. This was not out of malicious intent at all. But now we'll move on to another part of this strike that had me very curious, and that was the fact that the warning I had gotten before I received this strike on a completely separate video also wasn't handled correctly. I'm really loving being on your site right now, YouTube. You know, you do everything right. You know, your policies are completely in place and just very, very, very clear for us content creators to understand. You know, you're very, very transparent, YouTube. You really are. So yeah, basically I had a r/gotcha life cringe video that I dropped in August. And around 5 days ago, that video was actually taken down for nudity. Now, I do a pretty good job at, you know, watching my videos before I upload them, so I make sure that there's nothing bad in the videos, and there was no nudity in that video. I even watched the video after it got taken down for nudity, and what do you know, there was no nudity in it. Now, I'm sorry if this video gets demonetized for me saying that word 3 times, Glider Guy, I really am, but you know, you gotta get the full scoop on this situation. And basically, that warning was the first warning I had ever received on my channel, and they basically stated that if you violate one of our community guidelines again, you will receive a strike. And with that warning being undeserved, they still rejected the appeal. So I get a warning on my account, and then 3 days later, I get a strike on my account, and not another warning because the first warning wasn't handled correctly. I'm sure most of you guys can understand my frustration after me just quitting my job. It's not like I'm barely scraping by or anything. I made sure to save up enough money from my full-time job that I was working to, you know, stay afloat for a few months. But dude, this situation stressed me out beyond belief, man. I'm so new to this. I joined YouTube around a year and a half ago. I have no idea how to handle these strikes. But now I'm starting to slowly realize that YouTube handles these situations very, 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 very poorly. They're practically messing with people's livelihoods in these situations, which is insane to think about. They can make or break somebody's career just like that. You know, I woke up to that strike the day I got it, and that was one of the worst things I've ever received in my email. It's not the greatest sight to see when you can't upload for another week when you've been going daily for the last 2 months. I can't even upload, I can't even live stream, I can't post on my community tab, I can do practically nothing. And do keep in mind that when this all happened, it was at the peak of my growth on my channel. I was gaining subscribers faster than I had ever had in my past. I was building my audience, it was going absolutely amazing, and then YouTube decided to hit me with a cyberbullying strike and basically just slowing everything down. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and complain that I have 280,000 subscribers because that's still an insane amount of people, but there was absolutely no reason to take action and take that video down. Basically, just slowing down my channel. Anyways, I appreciate Glider Guy for having me on to talk about this situation. It's honestly been kind of stressful, to say the least. You know, when you put somebody who has barely any experience with YouTube into this situation, it's not the best combination. But yeah, again, big ups to Glider Guy for having me on, and yeah, I appreciate you watching.
It's really just ridiculous to see the blatant hypocrisy from YouTube here. The amount of other YouTubers and streamers who've done far worse than Pancho, and here we are striking down Pancho for making a joke about how that vegan teacher looks like a skeleton. It's just something that's so ridiculous to me, and I don't understand why stuff like this actually gets through. Like, what human reviewer is sitting there being like, oh yeah, I want to strike this guy down? Like, Pancho's literally done nothing wrong in his career to ever have this happen. All he did was make a few vegan teacher videos, get a ton of views and clout off it, and now it's just getting struck down. Like, are we really at the point where we're striking down people just for making certain jokes that YouTube finds offensive? Like, out of all the people that you're gonna defend, why are you defending that vegan teacher? I think that vegan teacher's uploaded far worse and just worse stuff in general. And I don't understand why you take down a music video. Like, this thing was literally music. YouTube have certain bypasses that people with music can do to just bypass the guidelines, so I don't understand why Pancho doesn't get the same treatment. Like, there's literally no reason why YouTube would keep this strike up. Like, there was no cyberbullying or harassment in there anywhere. No one was being harassed. Do YouTube even understand the definition of harassment? Like, it's so insane how YouTube do this. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you follow my Twitter and try to get this out to Team YouTube as much as we can, because this is just such a ridiculous situation. Again, make sure you subscribe to Pancho. It'll be the top link in the description. This guy deserves all the love and support he can get right now, especially since he can't upload for a week. Like, that's so BS. Anyway, thank you all for watching the video. Really hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.
Bye.